Hello, Huples Cat. Today is the 7th of January, it's a Saturday. Full moon was last night, so I've got quite a lot of light in the forest tonight. Time for me to get back in the forest during winter conditions. Because the temperature is going to be a lot colder than I anticipated, I will not be taking my Lifestraw Mission 12. Gravity filters like that break very easily in the freezing temperatures. Currently it's -6 centigrade, or about -8 in the shade. A little bit of wind making it feel a bit cooler. Tonight it's going to go down to -11 to -15 centigrade. Ideal temperature, ideal conditions for me to test out my winter camping after my disastrous near-death experience doing so last year. Thanks to a lot of people online, and also doing some research myself after the camping, I realised what I did was almost entirely wrong. So this time around it should be entirely right. We shall see. The first major modification I'm making is I'm going to get the snow and the sled to carry most of the heavy weight rather than my back. So Kitty probably couldn't lift that pack on her own, but she's having no trouble moving it. And the bungee cords are keeping it secure. Keep going, Kitty! Only a mile to go! So a couple of observations. This needs to be rebalanced frequently. The bungee cords need to have holes drilled into the rim of this for them to work properly. But this is still much easier than carrying the thing. I don't want to get the bag wet, so I'll be taking it on and off, especially when I'm fording streams like this. This comes from natural underground springs, so it comes up above the freezing point of water. And there's a few of them on this trail. But I'm lazy. Let's see if this works. It's actually not bad. I wouldn't like to do it for a while. Woo. I haven't weighed this, but it's probably around about 45 to 50 pounds of weight. So remember, these don't have brakes on, and they'll rapidly get fast. When you're going down, you'll be very careful. Here we go. It's a lot easier sledding where there's no deep rut footmarks. So I've got about another half mile to go. Not going too deep into the forest. Staying near a trail that I built. Kitty knows exactly where I am. And I'm going to put up the tent, and I'm going to pop back and do some last minute arranging before coming back at night and sleeping the night to make sure, proof of concept, that my winter camping ideas and gear works. As I said, I've done this before and it went all wrong. So hope for the best. So we've arrived at what was going to be Camp Bravo. I was going to camp on the other side of there. There are a few Widowmakers around here, which made me a little nervous, but I thought I'd be okay on the other side. I was actually planning to come into this bit. As you can see, I actually examined the area. This was going to be my camping spot. It's really nice, but I'm not going to use this one. I have water available down there. I also have water available about 150 yards that way at the lake. But Katie came up with a better idea. I'm going to do my cooking and coffee making here, but there's a little hill and it gets a fair amount of sunlight when the sun's out, so that might be a better place to go. At least Kitty thinks it is, and I agree with her. So this is going to be my camping spot for the night, fairly well protected by live trees, not that many dead trees near here, but it has a magnificent view, as you can probably see. There's the lake down there. This is the fire in the Kitty and sister's property. It's absolutely quiet, absolutely beautiful. Should get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm going to make two modifications. I'm going to get a belt to go on the string to actually make it more comfortable to pull with my waist. And I'm going to drill holes in the overlap so the bungee cords fit better. So I'm going to use a snow shovel to clear as much of the snow from the ground as I can. But you might be wondering why I bought this car ice and snow scraper. It's not forecast snow tonight, but then again we've had no forecast snow for a few days now. And every day it's snowed a little bit. So this is actually to brush off snow from the tent. And if necessary, try a bit of ice scraping. That won't work well, but definitely brush the snow off. That was one of my learnings from my disastrous trip last year. You're not here to sleep for 8 hours in a drunken stupor, breathing into your sleeping bag, making it wet to keep warm. You're actually here to stay awake and allow the shelter of the tent to stop the wind killing you, and to get off your bum on a regular basis to clear the snow off the tent and to let the hot, moist air out of the tent. It's not about staying warm, it's about staying alive. Something I did not know and did not appreciate. So first things first, cleaning the snow off. I don't think it's worth the effort. I'm going to break the shovel, so I'm going to camp on top of the snow. If you're having trouble getting the tent pegs in the ground, warm them up with my hand, or even if necessary with using a flame. These ones are going in quite nicely. I often actually use one peg for each of these. I find it's more stable. It's not going to go in the ground. So the TGV2 tent is up, Four Seasons tent, and in those observant of you will notice that there are some guide poles shaped different colours, and it's actually been repaired by Mountain Equipment Co-op because after getting 2.5 foot of snow on it, it broke. And that's it. It's my home for the next 24 hours. Now the question is, do I put the tarp on it? Given the fact I can feel wind, I'm not going to at the moment. I'll see how it goes tonight. But I'm going to make sure I know how to put it on quickly. And it goes in the tent because I want to be able to put that on if it starts a snow or ice storm. Alright, Camp Bravo set up. Latrine's ready. That's just there to be taken out. Apart from the odd plane, a few birds. It's very peaceful. I'm just going to go trundling around and explore for a bit until I have my coffee and my dinner. So this is my planned water source. It's gone a bit solid on me. And as I said, you don't want to use gravity filters when it's below freezing because any water inside the filter will expand and break the filter and you won't even know, and you'll be ingesting bacteria, protozoa and viruses. So I can't use my LifeStraw Mission 12. What I would do is break through the ice, gather the water in a container, micro towel it into another container, and then boil it and or drop in a few tablets. That's going to be a lot of time and effort for what is basically an overnight camping trip, just a proof of concept for my heating and shelter. What I'm actually going to do is bring in 3 litres of water in a hydro pack, keep it in the tent, and as soon as I get here I'm going to put it inside the 2 litre kettle pot. So if it does freeze, which it probably will because it's going to be pretty cold, I'll be able to slowly heat it on a fire, and you have to do it really slowly. But I'm also going to bring some hot water in a thermos flask because I'm not an idiot and I don't want to suffer too much. Later on, if I get used to doing this kind of camping in this kind of conditions, I can start to experiment and test myself out. For now, I just want to make sure that I've got the condensation problem solved and I know how to actually have a okay sleep for part of the night. I don't expect to sleep for most of the night. This time I did bring an alarm clock, so I actually can wake up and have a check on what's going on a frequent basis. Anyway, kind of videoing spoiling the experience for me. This is just phenomenally beautiful. This video has been brought to you by Cute Terrier Production 2023. Gonna come camping, Wolfie? Wanna go camping outside? Apparently not.